Hello, students. How are you? I hope you are all fine. Usually, our classes begin with a new word. For a change, in today's class, I would like to speak on a very important term in all our lives, that is classroom. See, as far as my opinion is concerned, classroom is a symbol of secularism. Classroom is a sacred place. Classroom is a divine place. Classroom is a symbol of dignity. Classroom is a symbol of self-respect. The another name of classroom is called as tolerance. You might have surprised to hear that why it is so special. Of course it is. What a holy place cannot teach you, a classroom teaches you. It is very, very special, there is no doubt in it. You may want to know how important it is. You may want to know why it is so important. Let me share. Just I want to take few minutes of you. Then we shall continue our regular class. See, in a mosque, you can find only Muslims. In a temple, you can find only Hindus. In a church, you can find only Christians. Likewise, that is the respective religion. But have you ever thought that in a classroom, you can find boys from different religion sitting together, learning together, eating together, sharing knowledge together. They are exchanging their notebooks, they are exchanging their pens, pencils, sometimes they are exchanging their dresses, they are sitting together, they are laughing together, right? Where you can find all those things? Ravi is going to Rahim's house to celebrate Ramzan, to enjoy the biryani of Ramzan. Rahim is going to celebrate Pongal in Ravi's house. Ravi and Rahim is visiting sometimes, Peter house to celebrate Christmas. This affinity, this unity, which is the birthplace of this unity, the so-called secularism, you can find only inside the classroom. That is why I am emphasizing this. Classroom is the holy place. Classroom is that is the nowadays secularism. I am very sorry to tell you that secularism you can find only inside the classroom. Classroom is like a garland which has all type of flowers. This is a unique garland which has lily, jasmine, rose, lotus, and a common thread is knitted all the flowers. That common thread is nothing but it is called as secularism. Dear students, this is your duty, that you must take care of that thread. That is the social fabric. The another name of thread is secularism. You must take care of it. You must, you never allow to get cut. You must not allow to snap this thread. That is called as secularism. So in this connection, I would like to tell you one thing. With this, I would conclude this. What is the meaning of social harmony? Social harmony, very simple. We are living in a secular country. That is, we have all the religions in our country. Suppose if you are a Muslim, suppose if you are a Hindu, if you are a Christian, no problem in it. I would like to tell you one thing. All the religion preaches love. All the religion preaches brotherhood. No religion in this world teaches or preaches violence. First of all, let us be very clear. And the second thing is that all the chief religion in this world speaks about the oneness of God. According to Islam, God is one, God has no image. According to the Hindu Vedas, God is one, God has no image. The Bible too propagated the same ideology. But nowadays, some miscreants, some evil people try to exploit this unity. I think you can understand to whom I refer. I don't want to tell you. You are matured enough to understand to whom I am telling. Some of the, some social miscreants try to divide us. Being a student, try to remember this. We should not allow any external force to break our unity. When you are in the classroom, you never allow any religious feelings to hamper your learning progress. Learning has no religion. You can learn anything from anybody. So, classroom gives you a strong platform to lead a life of unity. See, whatever the religion you belong to, whatever that is the God you believe in, your religion may be superior to you, but you must not underestimate other religions. This is the real meaning of social harmony. You should respect the sentiments and feelings of other religions, whatever the religion you belong to. If you do so, you can lead a very, very comfortable life. There is no place for rift. There is no place for violence. So, dear students, for what I am telling you this, because when you are inside the classroom, you must not allow all those things to occupy your mind. You are all students. We are all one. Basically, we are all human beings. We are all human beings. We must respect each other. We must learn from each other. This is our tradition. Okay, so these are all the points I would like to tell you just for a change. Okay, student, that is in our last class we discussed adverbs and its types. And in this class also that I would like to recap it, then I will explain you elaborately all the types of adverbs. Adverb is nothing but, adverb is a word which modifies a verb, an adjective or another adverb. Right? Adverb is a word which modifies a verb. How? He speaks politely. Speaks is a verb. Politely is an adverb. How he speaks politely. So it modifies a verb, speaks. Which modifies a verb, speaks politely. He speaks politely. Speaks is a verb and we have one adverb, politely. So it is an adverb, changes, modifies the meaning of a verb, number one. How a adverb changes the meaning of an adjective. For example, the story is interesting. The story is interesting. Interesting is an adjective. And I would say the story is very interesting. The story is very interesting. Here, very is an adverb that changes the meaning of adjective interesting. Rambo, nariya interesting. Very interesting. She is cute. Cute is an adjective. She is very cute. Very is an adverb which modifies the meaning of an adjective. And third one is how an adverb changes the meaning of another adverb. For example, he eats the food quickly. He eats the food quickly. Adverb quickly. He eats the food very quickly. Very is also an adverb. Quickly is also an adverb. So, a adverb very changes the meaning of another adverb quickly. He drives. He speaks very politely. He speaks very politely. Politely, already it is another one adverb. Then another one adverb, very, is changes the meaning of an adverb politely, very politely, too politely. Okay, just this is the definition of an adverb. Adverb is a word which changes the meaning of a verb, which changes the meaning of an adjective, which changes the meaning of another adverb. Okay, so what are the types? See, as I already told you that you need not to worry about the type, just try to understand what it is. See, you have to memorize the types of adverb only for the examination purpose. But if you understand the concept of adverb, so these things are very, very easy. See, for example, that is the broadly, adverb can be classified into three types. One is simple adverb, another one is interrogative adverb, another one is relative adverb. Now, let us see the simple adverbs. It has, you need not to worry about it. Just to say adverb, because I have already written on a blackboard, just for time consuming one. So that is why I have already written on a board. Adverb of place. Where? Which answers the question where. Where is the book? The book is above the book is on the table. Okay, where is the car? The car is inside the house. Okay, where the cat is sitting? The cat is sitting under the table. Right? All the vessels are kept above the table. The ball is below the table. So, adverb of place which answers the question where. Just to try to understand, if place, adverb of place answers the question where. That is the first type. Adverb of time, when. Okay, when did the teacher came? Just before the teacher came. He came yesterday. When will the break? After 11 o'clock there will be a break. When they have left? Half an hour before they have left. So, if answer the question when, it is called as adverb of time. Okay. So, when did they came? They came last week. When did they leave? They leave just now. This is adverb of time. Adverb of manner. How he sings. He sings beautifully. How he speaks politely. How he drives rashly. How he deals the matter? He deals the matter smoothly. So, manner means which answers the question how. How he reads slowly, easily, slowly, boldly. This is adverb of manner. Adverb of frequency, how often? How many times he visits you? He visits once in a week. That is which answer the question how often. How often he teaches you? Sometimes he teaches me. Twice he visits. Thrice in a week we used to go to park. That is adverb of frequency, which answers the question how often. Then adverb of degree, how much. How much food you need? I need a little. Okay. How much it is? Enough. I have enough. How much water is there? Little water is there. So, if answers the question how much, it is called as adverb of degree. Then adverb of reason. For example, last month there was a vacation, therefore I visited my relatives. So I have not, I have not given anything to him, thus I have not expected anything from him. So likewise, that is when you mention the reason why it is so. Right? To mention some reason, it is called as adverb of reason. Adverb of affirmation or negation. And that is telling yes or no. Do you like that movie? Yes, I like that movie. This is adverb of affirmation. Do you like that novel? No, I do not like that novel. Okay, so likewise, not at all, by all means. These are all called as adverb of affirmation. Just remember this. If place comes where, when, how often, how much, why. These are all the types of simple adverbs. These are all the type of simple adverbs. Okay. So like adjectives, as I already told you in my previous class, all the adverbs can be derived through adjectives by adding ly. For example, sweet, sweetly. Sweet is an adjective. If you add ly with it, it's become sweetly. Beautiful is an adjective. If you add ly with it, it is become adverb. Clever is adjective. If by adding ly, you can get adverb. You just to take down this, you use all the words and you write as much sentences as you can so that you can remember. As I already told you in a previous class also, the position of adverb is very, very important in a sentence. The position of adverb is very, very important in a sentence. That is like adjective also, it has same the rules for degrees of adverbs: positive, comparative, superlative. That is soon, sooner, soonest. Carefully, more carefully, most carefully. Beautifully, more beautifully, most beautifully. Okay. In some cases, adjectives and adverbs are same. For example, friendly. He is a friendly character. He behaves in a friendly manner. You have to add manner beside that is an adverb. If you simply put beautifully, it is an adjective. If you want to say, that is, if you use it as an adverb, you have to say in a beautiful manner. Likewise, in a kindly manner. You have to say in a kindly manner. Yes? Okay. Then, another two types types of adverbs. These are all the simple adverbs. Another one is interrogative adverb. That you know very well. Interrogative adverb. Which begins with WH. When did they come? Okay. What they want. Why they have not turned up. All the WH which begins with WH is called as interrogative adverbs. And another one type is relative adverb. What? Relative adverb. Relative adverb is an adverb which connects two sentences. Which connects two sentences. I was in Chennai when they arrived. I was in Chennai when they arrived. They arrived is a separate sentence. I was in Chennai is a separate sentence which is connected by a word when it is called as relative adverb. And see, this is a place where the accident happened. This is a place where the accident happened. So these are all called as relative adverbs. These are all called as relative adverbs. Okay. Yes. Now let us see the position of adverbs. This is very, very important. You have to do lot of practice. That is the position of adverbs. Adverb of manner. First, let us deal one by one. Adverb of manner. The formula is subject plus verb intransitive plus adverb. And another formula is subject plus adverb plus verb transitive. Then subject plus verb transitive plus adverb. See, for example, he drives carefully. He drives carefully. Here, you know, as already we discussed in a verb, this is he drives main verb, and we have one adverb, subject, verb. Here int means intransitive. He drives carefully. This is intransitive because we cannot convert it to passive voice. This is intransitive. Whereas he drives a car carefully is also possible, and it is also possible that he drives carefully a car. He drives a car carefully, or you can say he carefully drives a car. See, the thing is, if it is intransitive, this is the only one format. If it is transitive, then you may put carefully at the end of a sentence, or you can put carefully here. See the position. That is subject plus adverb plus verb transitive, or subject plus verb transitive plus adverb. Both are possible. If it is intransitive, this is only one. S plus V plus A. If it is transitive, means carefully either may come here or it may come there. This is the position of adverb of manner. Then adverb of time. What is the position? Sentence plus adverb or adverb plus sentence. Adverb plus sentence. Both are possible. For example, I will teach you tomorrow. I will teach you tomorrow. This is sentence plus adverb. Or else you may say tomorrow I will teach you. Both are possible. Sentence plus adverb or adverb plus sentence. Either tomorrow come at the end of the sentence, or that may come at the beginning of a sentence. This is adverb of time. And the very important thing is, as far as adverb of time is concerned, take note this. See, for example, if different unit of times are given, how you write? He was born at 3 o'clock on Deepavali evening in 1985. He was born at 3 o'clock. The different times are given. 3 o'clock is given, Deepavali is given, and 1985 is given. See, the procedure is, first you have to begin with the small unit of time, then the big unit of time, then in the last the bigger unit of time. Okay, 3 o'clock, Deepavali, 1985. A small unit of time, big unit of time, that the bigger unit of time. You have to write down in that format. You need not to worry about it. If you keep on practicing, these things will come. Okay? Yes. Now, this is the position for adverb of time. Then adverb of manner. Place or time. What is the formula for this? Main verb plus manner plus place plus time. For example, Nila sang beautifully at her college yesterday. Main verb, Nila sang. Manner, place, at her college. when, yesterday time. This is the format you have to follow this. Main verb, that is for adverb of manner or place or time. If it comes, first that manner must come, then the adverb of place, at the end the adverb of time. So by using this, try to write your own sentences and practice. Then you need not to worry about it. Automatically you will learn everything. Okay. Thank you so much.